First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions. That's fielded in the end zone, able to slither by. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Ready? 8, read. Right there, 54 miles. Let's go, D.
On 1st and 10, Watt is going to find his running back. It's complete. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Watt. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Ready up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go one more.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
2nd and 10. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Detroit Lions, first down. First and
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Oh, yeah. Shoot.
On first down, it's Waters. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Ready?
To throw on second down. Watt, the pass complete to Hakeem Butler. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Set up. 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. 54. Me and you all get
From the gun, Watt. Throw left side complete. That's Waters. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 23.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too.
Check 52. Hey, watch it. Watch it. Now.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
On second down, Montgomery. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
From the gun on 3rd down. Watt, he's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Well, you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. He'll have a first down past the 40. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Operating from the gun, Keys. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28.
Christian McCaffrey. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Panthers.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Lions 3, Panthers nothing.
Ready. 10 Lobo.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
On the set. 44, come on. Check. Snap.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jarrett Davis in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because
trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Looking to throw on second down. Keys. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You better be afraid of me. You better be.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He gets it to Thomas. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he's got his target. That's Moore. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down now. Hobbs. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
They'll go with the keeper. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Back to throw. Keys. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
The Lions take over first.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Watt. And a throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting in a field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Panthers.
Ready up.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Keys firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Number 11. A gain of 4. And it's third down.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. From the gun, Keys, and that will be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
We got this.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, high 7. Mike 54. Watch the run, watch the run. Shoot.
Operating from the gun. One. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
It's just me and you. Ready.
From the gun. One. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Crayvon LeBlanc with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. But now it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think
a big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Second and 6. Thomas has got it, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Operating from the gun. Keys. That one is caught by Hunt. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now again, right side McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
It's been a long day for you. Pilot, 64, weak, 44. I got it. Ready?
From the gun, Keys. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Hey, Haywood. Let's go.
On first down, Keys. And he completes it to Hunt. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll run on first down. Hobbs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Panthers on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 15. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So with less than a minute gone by here in this fourth quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great fourth quarter.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Waters. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Let's get it.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Operating from the gun. Watt. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Montgomery. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
2nd and 4. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Watt. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Watt. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check, hit it.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 7 at the 9-yard line.
Here we go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Snap.
Looking to throw. Watt to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Watt looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the screen.
And the blitz does come. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jared Davis, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here's Jackson. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so that the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check 99. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Get it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Waters. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. They're not ready for this, man.
Operating from the gun. 1. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Ready.
Check, check. He's coming. He's coming. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Back to throw. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. He's back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Let's go. And Tucson.
They'll look to throw. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Hey, you got your first down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it,